Hi to everyone. This is my second video. In this video, I'd like to talk a bit about religion and more specifically Christianity. I myself, I am baptized Orthodox Christian. I never really had much of a choice in this thing. I was baptized when I was 6 months old. I didn't think I could do anything else then except for just drooling, crying, and sleeping and things that babies do, so I didn't really agree or disagree to it. My parents just baptized me, although I personally never really felt believing in Christianity and everything that this includes. Well, the years went by. I actually realized which is the greatest fault of Christianity and why I think it's not a proper religion. One of these reasons is how I would define religion. Well, religion is, for example, is a means to give answers. It's a way to give answers to people about life, about the end of this experience we're living now, about what is probably going to come afterwards, what would be good, what would be a good idea doing, what would be a bad idea doing, all these things, and of course try to improve our life here, make everything better, be nice to each other. And well, let's say that Christianity goes against a lot of these things and goes against in a really big degree. Christianity has been killing millions, maybe billions, to impose this faith. Well, maybe to stop others from preaching things that were considered heretic. They didn't want to let a lot of other opinions being heard because this would probably potentially put them in a bad position. So yes, Christianity has killed loads of people. It's the first point that proves that it's not a real religion. Second of all, it's more of a dogma. A dogma doesn't let a lot of space for questions and different opinions. This is what Christianity is. You can really ask, well, why is God three people? I mean, if by the time you ask that, I think you're considered heretic because the Bible says it. So why would you ask it? I mean, doesn't really give specific questions, the specific answers. The only answers that it gives is to frighten people. For example, if you don't do what the priest said, you're gonna go to hell. It just frightens people, just keeping them sedated so they're not gonna be trouble for the church. And this is not really how things should be working inside the religion. The purpose should be helping each other and improving each other, developing as a society. Something that Christianity has never done. Because it hasn't respected the ancient ways ever. On the contrary, it has destroyed many ancient monuments. Of course, this was on purpose so that everyone forgets about the old ways. Of course, no one will ever forget about the old ways, because at least some of the old ways had a tiny bit of truth inside of them, whereas Christianity just was aiming just in profit and money. And they achieved that. The Vatican and the church, Christian church, is filthy rich. Can't even calculate for how many billions or trillions, or I don't know what comes after trillions. I don't know for how much money we're talking about. Just imagine the Vatican. The libraries, the museums. We're talking about a huge business. This is a business. It's not a religion for me, it doesn't provide stuff that it should provide if we wanted to call itself a religion. It's causing troubles. It's causing suffering. I mean, the main point in Christianity is you're a sinner because Eve ate the apple, and this is why you should be try to redeem yourself through your mortal life, because you're a sinner, no matter you personally haven't done anything. And that's it. And then you die, and if you've done what you've told, you're gonna go to heaven, and that's it. End of story. This is pretty much nonsense. This is a ridiculous fairy tale, and I mean, the Bible does have a lot of true things inside of it, but let's admit it. This is a dogma imposed to people to keep them quiet. This is a manual to silence, to make people stop protesting. This is a way to cut down the tares. This is it. This is what Christianity is. It doesn't even have the slightest of truth inside of it, like the old religions did, like maybe Hinduism does, and other kind of old religions that, well, maybe they actually try to do good to their society. I don't think Christianity has done any kind of good in the society except for their pockets, because the priests are getting richer, the church is getting richer. I don't know to what else it has brought development. I think nothing, and I am trying to think about every aspect really. It had made people miserable. It has oppressed people, staying inside a marriage they don't want, staying inside a society they don't want, staying inside a job they don't want. It has been the big brother. I mean, think about the confession. When you go to confess, I mean, this priest does know pretty much everything is going on in a small town or a small village. It can even blackmail you for anything, for something that he wants. He knows everything, and because he knows everything, controls everything. He tells you, oh, sure, say this prayer 10 times and you will be forgiven. And his purpose is done, because the purpose is control, and they have the control. They're people who set up Christianity were aiming for this thing, and they got this thing. Because for me, Christianity is not Jesus. Jesus might have existed and might have not existed. For me, this is not the point. I actually think that Jesus, well, I don't know if this was actually his words, the words that we see in the New Testament, but whoever said these things, I think, had really good points, was actually aiming to do good, said very correct things from my point of view that could improve the society by improving each one, by improving ourselves. We could grow together. So I think many of the things that the supposed Jesus or actual Jesus had said are good, but Christianity is not that. Christianity is not Jesus. Christianity is this dirty glitch, this gooey, disgusting slug that just polluting everything with lies, fear, and terror, and making people feel bad about themselves. They're putting them inside a box, and they're caging them there, saying they have salvation for them. In the end, the only thing they do is making people feel bad about themselves. This is evil. I think it's the definition of evil. For me, Christianity shouldn't call itself a religion, because I define religion as a way to do good, not harm anyone, progress, give answers about the universe. Christianity doesn't do any of these things. On the contrary, it does cause a lot of trouble now and in the past, destroys the ancient wisdom, keep people sedated and makes money out of that. Well, shame. I would disencourage anyone who is having kids in countries that have big part of the population being Christian. I would disencourage them from baptizing these kids, because this way they're gonna make they're gonna give Christianity power, and I think at last we should take power off the church, because the church has been draining us for I don't know how long. So my suggestion is, stop baptizing your kids, stop going to the church, stop giving money to the church, boycottage the church, boycottage it. I think people have started doing this thing already, but I don't know if they are doing it for the correct reasons. Some people are not going to the mass because it's too early in the morning. This is really not my point. Let's be conscious about how evil Christianity is and try to boycott it. This is my suggestion, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just telling you to at least think a bit of this thing and read some books and then make your own conclusions. And I'd love to hear your points of view, positive or negative. I will not delete any. I will keep all of them, and maybe we can make something out of it. Who knows? Oh well. Thank you for watching.